lovelies, it's time to cover some more dark Disney theories. I'm not going to say anything about these ones. They're kind of weird. One of these I really want to believe in, actually. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. Roll the intro. This first theory I really don't believe in. It's a little far-fetched, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways. It's the Rapunzel lives in a pandemic theory. Yeah. Rapunzel lives in a pandemic. The evidence for this one, the theory goes that in the beginning of the movie we see Rapunzel doing things that we all did during the pandemic. Lots of baking, lots of reading, lots of painting, being creative. And Mother Gothel does not let her outside. She's completely isolated for years. And it doesn't help that Rapunzel lives in the kingdom of Corona. Yeah, Corona. And that Flynn Rider is the representation of post-pandemic life and how it's going to be so nice to be free and to have adventures again. The movie came out 10 years ago, so I really don't think that they knew about the pandemic that far back. So, but it is weird coincidences, so I kind of see where they made this theory up. So what do you guys think about this first theory? Like, that's all there really is to it. There's not that much to it. So what do you guys think about this first theory? I really don't believe it, but hey, I mean, it could have been... Could be. You never know. So I'm going to go on to theory number 2. Our second theory is the theory I really want to believe in because it has to do with Bing Bong's untimely end in Inside Out. This theory is the Bing Bong is actually a worker for Monsters, Inc. theory. So this one goes, because we know the story of Bing Bong. He is Riley's imaginary friend, and he kind of jumps off the cart so that way Joy can go all the way back to headquarters to save Riley. He basically gives himself up for Riley and he disappears, and it's a really sad scene where he's like, take her to the moon for me. So sad. Why'd they have to do that to us? But it's a really sad theory. It's a really sad moment in the movie. But he does look a lot like the monsters of Montropolis, which is the land in which Monsters, Inc. lives. And considering that Bing Bong was an imaginary friend, aka a memory, the theory goes that Bing Bong was actually Riley's monster. Because remember, in the Monsters, Inc. world, each kid is assigned a monster. Like, Boo was Randall's monster. And that's how Randall got a hold of Boo in the first place, the first time. So the theory goes is that Riley was assigned to Bing Bong, and this was after the events of the first Monsters, Inc. movie, so everyone, instead of scaring kids, was making them laugh. And when Bing Bong disappeared, Riley kind of associated him as a memory of an imaginary friend, which is the Bing Bong we see in the movie Inside Out. So Bing Bong could very well be alive and is assigned to another kid now. I really like that theory. I really want to believe that one. Let me know what you think about that theory. I want to believe in that theory because I don't want Bing Bong to be gone, you know. I always, if it's a they lived by this miraculous circumstance type theory, I'm all for it. I'm like, yes, I want them to be alive. So, what do you think about this theory? Let me know. Now, our third and final theory is probably the weirdest and kind of creepy dark of all of them. And it's the Walt Disney Frozen theory. Not Frozen as in Anna and Elsa. No. This one has to do with Walt Disney freezing himself, and his body or his head is underneath Pirates of the Caribbean or Cinderella Castle, depending on who you ask. Shortly after Walt Disney's death, this is how the theory goes. Shortly after Walt Disney's death, a lot of people thought that since Walt Disney had all this money and he you know, he believed in people freezing themselves and could be brought back one day. So a lot of people think that Walt Disney had himself frozen, and when people kept searching this up online and this started getting more online searches, the company wanted this to all be hushy hush, and so they started working on a movie about an ice princess, and it turned into Walt Disney's Frozen. So that way, when you type in Disney Frozen, you don't get people investigating and looking into the whole Walt Disney is frozen and his body is somewhere waiting to be revived one day. You get Anna, you get Elsa, you get Let It Go, you get Into the Unknown. You get all these different searches of Walt Disney's film Frozen instead of Disney himself being frozen. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this theory, though, honestly. I really don't know how I feel about this one. Is it kind of a cool, weird, creepy theory? Yes. Is it also impossible, damn near? Also, yes. But I love that kind of conspiracy. We don't want them looking up our leader is frozen underneath a castle. We gotta have a movie called Frozen and make sure it gets all this attention so people only look into that movie instead of... I think it's just... It's out there. If it's true and Walt Disney does come back one day, I'll make a video and I will apologize for disbelieving. But right now I'm really skeptical about that one. But that's all the theories I have for today. What do you guys think about these theories? Do you have your own spin on these theories? Because I like to take theories that already exist and kind of like expand on them or build on them or change them a little bit to be something cooler. That's what I like to do with theories. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit the like. If you feel like it, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It does help the channel, so you'll be notified whenever I post a video. And I love you guys. Bye.